Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Tom, and I'm here with Michelle Faria. She's a licensed professional counselor. Hello, Michelle. Welcome.
Hi, Tom. Thank you.
So I've heard you talk about autonomy when working with children. How does autonomy help reduce anxiety in children?
So autonomy is essentially teaching children skills so they can go on to learn to be more independent and make choices for themselves. And a lot of times parents try to make choices for their kids throughout their childhood because they want to be sure that they make the right choices or they want to prevent them from failing. But this is a skill that children have to learn so that when they become teenagers and they become adults, they're able to make the best decisions for themselves. So, for example, we just wanted to encourage them to make good choices. So it could be a choice in friends. How do they know what is a good friend and how do they know who is not a good friend? But we're allowing them to go through the process of determining what is considered a good friend and what is not. It could be something simple as just choosing the clothes that they wear. Within reason, if you're going to a wedding, allow them to choose between a variety of outfits of what they want to wear, and their shoes may not match the dress, but that's okay. They get to make that choice. Now, we don't want them to wear a bathing suit, so that's why we have limits. But just being able to choose their own clothes is a skill that's helping them learn autonomy.
So what about ordering their own meals at restaurants?
That would be a great way because a lot of anxious kids aren't comfortable just speaking up and ordering what they want from a server. And so encouraging them to not only order their meals, but to be able to choose what they want to order, again, within reason. So they have 3 entrees they can choose from, and then that will encourage them to learn these skills of autonomy. How to wear their hair, what books to check out at a library, what gifts to give as a birthday gift. And part of what you're doing as a parent is you're providing them guidance, but you're still giving them the practice of making these choices. As they get older, it could be what electives they take in schools, what extracurricular activities that they want to choose, because we're training their brain to learn the skills needed to start acting more independently.
Well, they grow up fast, so what are some things you can do to encourage autonomy as they become teenagers?
Well, it's so important for teenagers to be able to express their own opinions, to let you know how they feel about different things. And it may not be something you agree with, but then you can discuss with them. You use their critical thinking skills to explain to you why they believe as they do. The ability to be able to express their opinions and also to support why they believe what they believe is a great way for them to develop autonomy. This is so important because as our kids get older and they start spending more time with friends, we want them to be comfortable expressing how they feel, expressing, yes, I will do this, or no, I will not do this, and not just do what other people tell them to do. When they go off to college, they need to be able to work with a roommate and be able to express, I'm comfortable with this, or I'm not comfortable with this. All of these skills are learned throughout childhood as we're preparing them for adulthood.
Something I'm curious about, these parent portals for schools. How do those affect autonomy?
Well, they can definitely reduce autonomy because now we have parents going in and monitoring everything their children do as far as their assignments and their attendance. And so if a parent goes and checks the parent portal every day and sees that a child did not turn in an assignment, and then that parent calls the teacher or emails the teacher about it, you're taking the child out of the equation. The child no longer has any responsibility in that. We want children to take responsibility for their work at school. And so, yes, you can just kind of monitor what they're doing. But if children are missing assignments, it's up to them to step forward and to talk to teachers.
So do these phone tracking apps affect autonomy?
Well, they absolutely can have an impact because the phone tracking apps allow parents to know where their kids are at all times. Now, some of this feeds into parents' anxiety that they don't have to worry not knowing where their kids are. But it also reduces autonomy for kids because they know parents know where they are every minute of the day. And it reduces responsible communication. So instead of children being responsible and letting their parents know, I'm at this person's house or I'm at the store, they know that they no longer have to contact their parents, that the parents are just watching where they are. And that does reduce a lot of the autonomy because they no longer have the ability to be somewhere and be trusted that they know what to do. We're taking away their ability to handle themselves, and we're teaching our kids, we don't believe you can take care of yourselves in situations, so we're going to track you every step of the way.
So, what are some things we can do to foster independence or autonomy?
We are giving kids the opportunity to practice these skills, and that's what's so important. They're practicing their skills. So they're advocating for themselves. If they are frustrated with a grade with the teacher, if they think a coach isn't treating them well, then they advocate. They go to that adult and they talk about their feelings and why they think something was done unfairly. Think about all the things you do for your kids. Write down 3 things that they can actually do for themselves that you've just been doing all this time. But now it's time for them to step up and taking care of their own, maybe making their lunches or maybe washing their own clothes, whatever's age appropriate. They can also spend time volunteering somewhere by themselves. Learn the skills of working with another organization and what it means to show up on time and to be responsible. So have kids write down things that they did well during the day to show them that they really are learning these skills of independence and that you're so proud of them that they're able to make decisions and handle problems as they come up, and that you trust that they have the skills they need as they become more independent as they get older. So an important skill in reducing anxiety in kids is teaching them autonomy, having them practice making decisions for themselves, having them practice training their brain that they can handle what comes up. And as they practice these things throughout childhood, when they become teenagers, when they become adults, they will have the skills to manage problems that come up so they don't have so much anxiety worrying about what to do if something happens and worrying about that they cannot handle the unexpected. Autonomy is such an important skill for our kids.
So, if you have more questions about this topic, contact your own mental health care provider or
you can contact me, Michelle Farias at michellefarias.com. My number is 210-926-9535. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions or give you some resources if needed.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Tom.